In this video, I show you how to build this simple C-shaped sofa table with a rotating top. I'm making this from a 1x8 red oak board left over from a bed frame that I took apart, and my first cut is a top and bottom piece at 12 inches, and I'm leaving the width the same as the 1x8 because it happens to work out, so there's no sense in ripping this down to a different width. Next I need a 23-inch leg, and the leg here is going to be made from a few different pieces glued together. So I'm cutting 3 pieces at 2 1/4 by 23 inches, and the reason I picked 2 1/4 is because this board is 3/4 of an inch, so 3 pieces will be 2 1/4 square. The top is going to rotate, and I'm going to do that with a 1-inch dowel. Now attaching this to the top would be kind of a weak joint, so what I'll be doing is cutting out some squares here to attach to the top to give a little bit of extra space so that the dowel has plenty of glue area there and material that bending the top isn't going to snap this. Now before going further with the build, I want to clean up some of these hard edges and especially the sharp corners. When I was a kid, we would run around with those sock and boppers on our fists and punch each other. We were running around the house and I tripped and smashed my face on the coffee table. I had a cut I had to get super glued shut. So anytime I see a sharp edge on a piece of furniture, I immediately think of that. Now I don't like the look of roundovers. Generally, sometimes they're okay. I prefer chamfers. So we're going to add some chamfers here, and I'm going to cut some of the edges here at a 45 and go for that kind of hard line look. I probably should have cut these squares beforehand with all the angles, but I didn't, so now I have to trace the post, and then I'm going to use my miter saw here. I'm using the depth cut on it, so that way I can set the saw so it only cuts down as far as the top thickness, and then that way I can make all the angle cuts on those squares I glued on. Now for attaching the bottom, I think what I'll do is I'll just drive a couple large screws through here, and I think that should be strong enough. Now the top, of course, I'm going to have this dowel because I want it to rotate. So I'm going to get started on that. I have to drill a fairly precise hole in both pieces here. The top is easy with the drill press, but it's a little trickier with the leg. A spade bit was probably not the best choice here. I think a Forstner bit would have been better. Luckily my drill has kickback protection and I was able to eventually get this drilled out to the right depth. I'm only using CA glue to initially glue together the leg and the bottom, so this way it's lined up in place to make it easier for me to add a couple screws. Now, one of the problems with making these tables have a rotating top is that if you position the top opposite of the bottom, even though it stands by itself, it is far easier to tip over that way. And of course, I could call this good enough because I'm only ever going to position it like this or like this, and neither of these have that concern of tipping. However, I want to try to make this even better so that I could have it positioned out here and not have to worry about a major tipping concern. Now, the easiest approach here is making a thicker base, so that way you have far more mass on the bottom. I want to make this more symmetrical, so I'm going to try something a little weird. I'm going to carve out a bunch of the oak at the bottom here, and I'm going to fill that with some steel BBs and epoxy. I'm hoping that's heavier than the oak and this works out. However, you know, like I said, a far easier approach is making a thicker and heavier base, so you don't have to worry about this. But let's get started on trying this out. So I can already tell this is a lot heavier, and I did some quick research. Epoxy is heavier than red oak, and steel BBs are heavier than epoxy. It looked like maybe 7 times more dense. So the real test, of course, is if it's harder to tip. Now, before I pushed it just a little and it tipped very easily. Here I can push it pretty far before it hits a big enough angle where it starts tipping. But if I put a drink, this is maybe half full to be fair, but I put this super far over on the edge and it's not budging anywhere. So I think I solved the tipping issue for how I'm going to use this. So I hope you learned something from this video and you try building one of these yourself.